Shalom Israel, giving honor and praise to the Most High God for the reading and the understanding of His word. And family, I want to wish every king, every queen, every prince, and every princess, I want to wish you a wonderful, magnificent Sabbath. And once again, thank you for bringing us in with your brother this week. And family, I want to talk about for a moment the royal gathering. Now, I don't have much more information, but I do have a tentative date of May 10th, 2024. Now, for this tentative date, this is the date that I want to have as our permanent date, but I only say tentative because it has not been official and there has not been a contract signed yet. Now, the faster we work together, the faster we can make that happen. So right now, I am beginning to let you guys know that, yes, we are preparing to do another royal gathering in the city of brotherly love in the city of Philadelphia. And like I asked Sunday night, if the royal family was to show up in Philly, are y'all going to show us some love when we get there? That's the question that I asked for Philly. So family, there will be some more information coming out in regards to the royal gathering, and I will keep everyone posted, whether it be right here for our Friday Night Live or whether it be on TRF News, or if we just happen to put out a post in regards to it. But I will make sure to update everybody when the information becomes available. Now, family, we got to pick up from where we left off with last week. 2nd Esdras chapter 7, and we stopped at verse 44. Now, I want to explain something here really quick. That particular chapter, that is something that has to be broken up because it really falls into two different categories. You have the category first where the Most High is actually speaking to Esdras, and they start getting into a conversation, but there were things leading up to that conversation, and we dealt with that last week. Now, this week, we have to get into the conversation. See, we got to get nosy. We got to get into their business. You see, we are the listening neighbors, or the other person in the room, listening, trying to be sneaky, trying to find out what's going on. And that's what we're going to do here tonight between Ezra and the Most High, because I'm telling y'all right now, oh my goodness gracious, this conversation between these two, woo, goodness gracious. Yep. And y'all gonna see me start reaching down because I realized on Sunday, we have this new set and stuff. I still got to get used to it. I sat the cup down or whatever, and it cut out half the cup, like, you idiot. Little stuff like that you got to pay attention to when you're doing stuff like this. You just got to get used to it. Got to get acclimated. All right. So family, please open your Bibles to the 1611 King James Version Bible with the Apocrypha. And again, we are reading from 2nd Esdras, chapter 7, and we are at verse 44. That's where we are right now, verse 44. And here we go. Intemperance is at an end. Stop. Now, many people may be asking, like, what does intemperance mean? And it means a lack of restraint, a lack of restraint. All right, let's start again. Intemperance or lack of restraint is at an end. So in other words, the Most High is saying, I'm not restraining anymore. The lack of restraint is at its end. I'm bringing that to its end. Intemperance is at an end. Infidelity is cut off. Righteousness is grown and truth is sprung up. Now, remember we talked about last week when we were able to see the infancy of corruption. Remember? We talked about that last week. And now the Father is talking about the end times, this time all the way here till now. And he's letting us know at this point, let me read it one more time. Intemperance is at an end. So the lack of restraint is no longer here. Infidelity is cut off. There's no more infidels. A lot of people believe that that's a Muslim term, an Islamic term, and it's not. That's a biblical term. An infidel, a person that loves to commit infidelity. All right, let's continue. Righteousness is grown and truth is sprung up. Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that have gotten the victory. I want to make sure that y'all understand that. I'm going to read this here one more time. Let's see what this says. Watch this, family. Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed. That's talking about the 2/3. That is talking about a lot of your family members. That's talking about your fathers, your mothers, sisters, brothers, wives, husband, children, co-workers, family, friends. goodbye. You're not going to be able to save them. You see, all of your work matters now. Everything that you do now matters. Your closed mouth is going to close the caskets on a lot of people, because if you don't open your mouth to instruct your family about the things that are to come, they're dead. And guess what? So are you, because their blood will be on your hands. Understand that. You cannot be shiftless. This is why the Most High gave us talent, because if your talent is not being able to do what I'm doing and able to look at a camera or be able to have the courage to speak to people and have a one-on-one direct conversation with them like this, then you need to devise your other talents. You need to bring out poetry. You need to do paintings or whatever it is that expresses keeping God's commandments. That's why he gave you talents. Use it. Let's continue. I'm going to read 45 one more time. Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that have gotten the victory. So there will be no one other nations. That will be Esau. That will be Ham. That will be all the other nations. They will not be able to ever have you under their thumb again. Never. Because we got the victory. We got the victory. You see, this is a game right now that we're playing. Everybody plays a game to win. I certainly am. And that's why I want all of you to win. I don't want to see any of my team players lose. I don't want to see anybody on my squad. I don't want to see anybody in my family lose. It is a waste of time. You have to ask yourself this question. We just talked about this last week too. Why would you want to go through all of this here on earth just to lose again? We are already losing now, and it's not your fault. It's not your fault. You know why? Because you was born into this. But there were some sins that you created in past lives that you're paying for right now. But we still are going to get the victory. We're going to prove that here tonight. Let me continue. Let's continue. Let's go. Verse 46. I answered then and said, this is my first and last saying, that it had been better not to have given the earth unto Adam, or else when it was given him, he have restrained him from sinning. To have restrained him from sinning. To have restrained him from sinning. So now Ezra is looking at the Most High. I need y'all to understand the dynamic of this conversation between him and the Most High. Ezra is not happy with the Most High because he's asking the Most High. He's like, wait a second. Father, how can you be like this? How can you be this way? How can you allow these people to suffer all of this, and then when they die to suffer some more? He's like, Father, I'm not getting it. I need you to break this down for me, Father. I need the understanding to how this can seem so cruel. Y'all got to understand, Ezra right now, Ezra is trying to defend the Israelites. He's not trying to hear anything about somebody dying, being that they have gone through all of this on earth. Ezra is not a happy man right now. And I want y'all to understand that. All right, there's brothers and sisters out here that fight for you. You may not see it. You will never see it. But there's brothers and sisters out here that's fighting for y'all, praying for y'all. I'm one of them. All right, let's continue. Verse 47. For what profit is it for men now in the present time to live in heaviness, and after death to look for punishment? So again, he's asking the Most High. He's like, Father, how can men and women, your sons and daughters, the ones that you say that you love so much, Father, how can you have them go through all of this? How can you have us go through all of this? And then when we die, we got to go through some more and then it be eternal. He's like, Father, come on now, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Now, I need y'all to understand something, because many of you may be thinking, how is this man talking to God like that? Well, first and foremost, the Most High told us to come before him when we do be bold. The Most High loves courage. He doesn't like disrespect, but he loves courage. He loves for his sons. That's why he tells his sons all the time, gird up your loins when you come and stand in front of me. In other words, nigga, put your balls on when you come talk to me. These are two men talking, and the Most High will always check his sons like that. Put your balls on when you come and talk to me. I am the men of all men. And I don't want no bitches standing in front of me. And now that I say that, people, y'all will get mad. I can't believe he's talking like that and God out of the same breath. Well, let me tell you something. The second you open his book, you will know that God speaks just like I do. Why? Because the God of Israel instructed us to be just like him. I talk like my daddy. Yep. Get mad all you want to. That's your problem. I'm going to read verse 47 one more time. For what profit is it for men now in this present time to live in heaviness and after death to look for punishment? Verse 48. Oh, thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come of thee. There's a lot right there. There's a lot right there, family. I'm going to read this one more time because we need to break this down. O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned. You see that? We talked about that a little bit last week, remember? Where there's a lot of brothers that say that Eve is responsible for sin being in the world. And no, it's Adam that's responsible because he did not check her for dabbling with the devil, right? Okay. And that's what it's talking about. So now let's go ahead and continue some more. And let's see again what it says. It was thou that sinned. Thou art not fallen alone. Because Adam, he's like, yo, Adam, we all here. We all suffering the curses right along with you, man. We all suffering the curses. Every last one of us. Why is he talking to Adam? Why is Ezra talking to Adam? Because he knows Adam can hear him. I'm telling y'all, yo, this book is deep. This book is deep. And every time you look in this book, you be thinking like, wait a second, man, that's beyond supernatural. Yeah, it is. Because you are beyond supernatural. You just don't know it. You still think you are a human being. You still believe that you walk with these individuals. And the Father said, why in the world are you thinking like them? We just read that last week. Why are you coming to me talking about the nonsense that they talk about? Why? You're not them. Psalms 82:6. I cannot stress that enough, family. Psalms 82:6. But we all that come of thee. Verse 49. For what profit is it unto us if there be promise us an immortal time, whereas we have done the works that bring death? I'm going to read this one more time. I don't think y'all picked up on that. For what profit is it unto us if there be promise to us an immortal time, whereas we have done the works that bring death? So now, here's what Ezra is saying. He's saying, Father, now you promised us this immortal life, right? You said that there is immortality after we die, which is 100% true. Because when you die, or what the world likes to call death, the Bible doesn't call it death, it says sleep. When you sleep, you go back up to the Father. Where can we find that? Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 7. Once the air leaves out of your body right now, you go right back to the Father. You go into the presence of the Father until you are sent back down for either regeneration or for the end. It's all up to the Father. He determines what happens to your spirit. But we all know that we come back. At least 3 to 4 generations later, we come back. And that's why I'm saying right now, family, I don't know about these other 3 or 4 generations, because all of this is happening right now. And to be very honest, I cannot say this officially, but I believe, my own belief is that we are that last generation. I do believe that. I could be wrong, but I believe that. That's just my belief. And my belief and opinion holds absolutely no weight to anything. Okay. I always want to make sure that everyone understands that. Now, verse 50, let's continue. And that there is promised us an everlasting hope, whereas ourselves being most wicked are made vain. So he's asking questions. He's like, Father, this is not adding up. This is not adding up. You're telling us that we have to live righteously, but all of us have sinned. Every last one of us. I've sinned. All of my brothers and sisters have sinned. So what are you telling us? Why are you saying these things? Yet you're saying that if we sin, we're going to go into the lake of fire. But there's also those of us that have sinned that's not going to the lake of fire. So Father, make it make sense. This is what Ezra is saying. This is what Ezra is trying to get across. He's confused. Here it is, verse 52. Watch this. No, excuse me, verse 51. And that there are laid up for us dwellings of health and safety, whereas we have lived wickedly. So he's saying, Father, you're saying all these things. I'm not following you, Father. I'm not getting what you're saying. Verse 52, and that the glory of the Most High is kept to defend them which have led a weary life, whereas we have walked in the most wicked ways of all. Now, this is why I told y'all this had to be separated, because Ezra is asking some real questions. He's asking all the questions that we asked. Father, what are you talking about? I remember sitting in church and I remember that the pastor said that if we don't do the things that he told us to do, that we're going to go to hell and burn, right? And so now, as we get deeper into the Bible, we're reading these things here that, yes, we are doing these things. We have lived wickedly, but yet we can still get the kingdom. And people think that the Bible don't answer its own questions. All right, verse 53, because we're going to get the answer to this. Watch this. And that there should be shewed a paradise whose fruit endureth forever, wherein is security and medicine, since we shall not enter into it. So he's like, Father, make it make sense. Do y'all see this? I want to make sure that y'all understand the conversation that is being had right now. This is 100% real. I also want to make this mention. Do y'all see why they took this out the Bible? Do you understand? Because this gives explanation. Remember when the Father said he is not the author of confusion? Of course. That's why he said that, because he told us exactly what it was. He talked about this, but the Protestant church in 1804 removed these books to leave us confused. Because the Father is not the author of confusion. It's these nasty, stinking, wicked people known as Edomites, because they're the ones responsible for removing these from the Bible. They are the authors of confusion. Our God is not. All right, let's continue. I'm going to read this one more time. Verse 53, and that there should be shewed a paradise whose fruit endureth forever, wherein is security and medicine, since we shall not enter into it. Parentheses, for we have walked in unpleasant places. The Most High wanted to make sure that y'all understood that, what was in between those parentheses. Again, we have walked in unpleasant places. And this is what he's saying. He's saying, yo, we have done the most wicked things. Father, I'm not understanding you, Father. How is this possible when I've done the very same wicked things as my brothers and sisters? How is it that I will be saved and they won't? Watch this. Verse 55, and that the faces of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars, whereas our faces shall be blacker than darkness. For while we lived and committed iniquity, we considered not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. So Ezra, he's speaking some truth. Is he not? He's talking some serious stuff. And Ezra is emptying himself out so that y'all can understand where he's coming from. Yo, Ezra is speaking some real conversation pieces here. Imagine you are standing in front of God Almighty and you questioning the Most High. Now, do y'all understand something? Do y'all understand the difference between this conversation and the one with Job? See, yeah, Job was in his feelings, but in his feelings unto himself. But Ezra is speaking for the nation. Ezra is the one you love, because Ezra is like, yo, I'm trying to get everybody in. That's the type of spirit that we all should have. And now the Most High is about to educate Ezra. He's not about to check him. He's about to educate him, because he did come to him bold. He did ask him the questions that needed to be asked. And Ezra is not thinking about himself. He's thinking about everybody. The Most High is pleased. The Most High is happy. Now watch how the Most High responds to him. Watch this, family. Look at this. Verse 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle. Which man that is born upon the earth shall fight? Do y'all see just how cut and dry the Most High's answer was? He said, because that's how life is. Ezra, that's how it is. That's how Adam made it. It was never supposed to be like that. But that's the condition of earth. Thank Adam. Thank Adam. You see how the Most High did not have to go into no deep explanation? Ezra got it. Let's continue. Let me read verse 57 one more time. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. Ooh. So many of you are not even picking up on what the Most High is saying. A fight, a battle when you come to earth. Not where he's at. They chilling. Remember how we just talked about Ecclesiastes 12:7, right? When you're in the presence of the Father, when you are in the presence of the Father, when you are in the presence of the Father, you are at peace. There's no war. There's nothing going on. Nothing. But when he sends you back to earth, that's when all your problems begin. All of our problems are right here on earth. Right here on earth. King Gino, remember that conversation that we had, bro? Remember when Isaiah wanted to come back? Yeah, we'll talk about that. Verse 58, that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the things that I say. The Most High made it clear again. He said, now, when you get to earth, if you are able to do the things that I tell you to do, when you get there, when you get back, yo, you got everything. You have the victory. You have the victory. You have the victory. You have the victory. But if you don't, you get the reward of death. The very same thing that all of the 66 books say. Right here in the Apocrypha too. The book that they removed. You see that? Because what did the Father say? When you live righteously, you have everlasting life. But if you live a life of iniquity, death is promised to you. Promised. I'm going to read this one more time. That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the things that I say. God is making it clear. He said, nigga, what I said is going to happen is going to happen. Do what I tell you to do and you good. You don't do what I tell you to do, you're not good. All right. Verse 59. For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, choose the life that thou mayest live. Choose the life that thou mayest live. Choose the life that thou mayest live. So you have a choice. Just like God said, just like the Most High is instructing Ezra. You have a choice in the matter. So now it referenced Moses. So what is this talking about? Now, family, this is something that I want to teach y'all about. Chambers. Chambers in the Bible. Now, some people, they call it precepts, right? But this just happens to go a little deeper than precepts. This is what I like to call chambers, because with a chamber can fall within itself. And with a precept just happened to stop right there. But there's also a chamber. I'm going to show you about a chamber. Watch this. I'm going to read this one more time. For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, choose the life that thou mayest live. So now we're going to go ahead and hit the precept. I want you to go to Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 15, please. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 30. Let's go down to verse 15. And we're going to read from 15 all the way down to verse 20. Watch this. See, I have set before thee this day life and good and death and evil. Woo, this is talking right what we was talking about. Verse 16. in that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply, and the Lord thy God shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it. So now I want to make sure that y'all understand, because this just mentioned something. It said that if you keep the commandments, that the Father will indeed bless you and multiply you. That's talking about your children. That's talking about your seed. You see, kings, princes, y'all understand this. The Father said, if you do what I tell you to do, I'm going to make your nuts work. You see, there's a lot of unrighteous men that can bust nuts and have children. But there are those, the men of righteousness. When we bust nuts, we create gods. Woo! Yep. That's what I'm talking about. Let's continue. Verse 17. But if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them, I denounce unto you this day, that ye shall surely perish. I promise you that you are going to die, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land whither thou whither thou passes over to go to possess it. So Moses made it clear. He's like, nigga, if you do not keep God's commandments, you're not even gonna live long, nigga. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. So now you understand why, Lil Pookie and them, you wonder why they get slayed in the streets. You wonder why there are circumstances like George Floyd and all that. You see, black people with us, we see those, we get emotional. Oh God, I can't believe this is happening. But if we open the book, if we just happen to pay attention to the Bible, if we open the book, plant our eyes in it and start reading it, we'll know that all of these activities that's taking place in our communities, in our neighborhoods is all biblical, because the Most High said that he was going to put a foot in the ass of those who are not righteous. And the Most High have been picking them off. We have grown up seeing it. We know that the Bible is telling the truth. And this is why they got rid of this book. This is why they took this out the Bible, because nobody else on this planet can identify with the pain that we go through than us. Nobody, no one. Nobody else can say that their children are dying in the streets. Nobody else, no other race on this planet other than blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans can say that it is their people that are dying in these streets. Nobody. The Most High marked us. He marked us. He put these curses on us so that everybody would be able to identify, even you. Because when you look in the mirror, you know that it is you. You know that it is your family. You know that it is us. You know that it is our society that are going through these curses. Nobody else on this planet can say that. Nobody else can verify it. We are the only people. All praises to the God of Israel. I am not praising that we are being cursed. I am praising that we are cursed. I am praising that we are able to identify who we are in this book. Yes, it is pain, but with pain comes pleasure, and with pleasure comes paradise. Somebody understood what I just said just now. Let's continue. Verse 19, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you. I'm planting a seed. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, and both thou and thy seed may live. He's talking about Deuteronomy 28. 1 through 14, blessings. 15 through 68, curses. And as you see, it mentioned again, you and your children, you and your children. You see, because with me, I do what I do because I love my people, all of my people. But let me tell you a very, very good motivation. I love my children. I love my babies. And I want to see my babies in the kingdom. And I do what I do because I continuously fight for them, because I want to see them make it to the kingdom. Because if anything was to happen to me, my son will be sitting in this seat, and my son will be bringing this here. And let me explain something to you, to all of you princes. Let me explain something. If my son don't make it, it's one of you. One of you will sit right here in this seat if it's not him. And if it is him, you'll be right beside him. Y'all better understand this. It's not about one person in power. It's about all of us in power. When one of us are empowered, it empowers everything. Everything. I'm not just thinking about me and my family. I'm thinking about me and I'm thinking about you. Let's continue. Verse 20. That thou mayest love the Lord thy God, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That is a bloodline. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the bloodline of the Israelites, the only bloodline that God loves, the only one. And all throughout this Bible, all throughout these scriptures, it says it. All throughout, just one people. So now, remember when I taught y'all about those, or excuse me, when I told you about those chambers, right? Now I'm about to teach you. Because remember, we were in 2nd Esdras. And now we are in Deuteronomy 30. So now we got to go to verse 19 because there's another one. Here's where the chamber comes in. There's 2 different levels. Because right now, let's read verse 19 one more time. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you. Why is that a chamber? Now, family, please, I would like for you to go to the book of Psalms, chapter 91. The book of Psalms, chapter 91. Now let's go down to verse 11. Why are we able to have our days recorded? Why are we able to have our days recorded? That sounds a little crazy, right? Well, let me tell you, per scripture, why our days are able to be recorded. Psalms chapter 91, verse 11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. You see that? Chamber. From 2nd Esdras came Deuteronomy 30, chapter 19, and now comes Psalms chapter 91, verse 11. Chamber. It all falls down. This is why the Father said, study to show thyself approved. Now, what is this talking about here? He said that your days will be recorded. Why are your days recorded? Because you have a guardian angel. You have an angel that is assigned to you that is right next to you right now as we speak. You have your guardian right next to you. But that's not it, though, because Mike is crazy, right? Mike, that nigga did something wrong with him, Yeah. Mike is a little special. Mike is touched. Mike is a little right? So let me show you something. Now I want you to go to the book of Hebrews chapter 1, please. Let's go to the book of Hebrews chapter 1 because we have to have these things called precepts. So Hebrews chapter 1, let's go down to verse 4, family. Let me go ahead and read this here to you. Family. Being made so much better than the angels, as he hath by inheritance obtained a more excellent name than they. Family, do you understand that? Family, do you understand that? Do you get that, family? Now jump down to verse 14 because you're greater than an angel. You are greater than an angel. Go down to verse 14, family. Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister for them who shall be heirs of salvation? Wow, that's you. You have a guardian angel. Not only do you have a guardian angel, that there are several angels that have come to speak and minister and whisper in your ear. You see, because that's how much God loves you. You were chosen from the beginning. Many were called, but few are chosen. We are the ones, the heirs of salvation. That's us. That's us. Not the Christian. That's us. The Israelites that are living righteous lives, the Israelites that understand that we have to keep the commandments of the Most High God, the Israelites that know that God is not playing with us, the Israelites that know and understand that if we get out of whack, that God will whoop our Black, Hispanic, and Native American asses upside down, sideways, up the axle, and make us slide all the way down it. And when we get to the end of the axle, he's going to whoop our ass again and be like, nigga, I told you, don't play with me. Stop playing with the Most High. Stop playing with him. Yep. All right, let's continue. Where we at? Where we leave off at? We left off at verse 14. All right, in Hebrews. So now let's go back to Second Esdras, and you see that was chamber, 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 and it all falls down. All right, so that's where we were. Now we are at verse 59. Second Esdras, chapter 7, verse 59. For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, choose the life that thou mayest live. Now y'all understand that. Let's continue. Nevertheless, they believed not him. They didn't believe Moses, nor yet the prophets after him, nor me, which have spoken unto them. That disbelief, that disrespect to the Most High is generational. The very same way how all of them, all the way back then, were not listening to our brothers and sisters, is the very same way today. How they don't listen to brothers like me. They don't listen to King Gino. They don't listen to King Yada. They don't listen to King Yah Gideon. They don't listen to Queen Carly. Okay? They don't. They don't listen to Queen Tanya. They don't. Many people just sit and listen for entertainment, but they don't listen for instruction. They don't listen to Queen Marissa. They don't listen. As y'all see, this isn't anything new. Still all the same. All right, let's continue. Verse 61. That there should not be such heaviness in their destruction as shall be joy over them that are persuaded to salvation. You see what the Most High said? You see what he's telling Esdras? First and foremost, Esdras/Ezra, you're going to have to endure pain. But at the end of that pain train, that very same train is going to bring you right to paradise. It's going to bring you right to me for your reward. So many people, you sit there and complain all day. Complain, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going through this. Why, God? Why am I going through all this, God? And God is like, shut your ass up. I'm putting you through this because I said I am going to refine you through the fire. I got to put you through the fire because I got to make you pure. But people complaining about it. Running your mouth when the Father putting you through things. Everybody watching you. Everybody looking at everything that you're going through. And yet, a lot of people sitting there talking that stuff. Oh, look at what they're going through. Yeah, God must not love them. God must not. Look at what he going through. But yet, you going through all these things. You are going through all these things, and yet you are surviving. Not even realizing that you are the person that's helping the other people out there to develop and get their strength because they're watching you. They are watching you endure. They are watching you endure. But you complaining though. And that's why the Most High be looking at me like, y'all gotta think about sometimes how the Father be looking at us sometimes. You know, the very same way how he was looking at Job. You got to remember these things. When you are being tested, you better believe that somebody said that you wasn't worth it. And the Father said, go down there, go mess with them. I bet you they are. Every time you're going through something, the Father has just approved that you are able to endure. Right here, what it's talking about. Let me read this one more time. That there should not be such heaviness in their destruction as shall be joy over them that are persuaded to salvation. You see, we're not saved yet. You see, that's the idiot Christian still talking. Oh, I'm saved. No, you're not, you moron, you idiot, you stupid bastard. You're not saved. If you was reading a book, you would know that you're not saved, you idiot. Stupid ass. Verse 62. I answered then and said, I know, Lord, that the Most High is called merciful, in that he have mercy upon them which are not yet come into the world. So now Ezra has that understanding. He's like, I know everybody up there that has not made it back yet is chilling. But I need y'all to understand what he is saying. He is saying that there's a whole nother world. While everybody think that this is the world, this is not the world. This is the projection. The world is where the Most High is. That's where life truly is. That's where life truly is. We got to remember, we are in bodies. We are in mechanical suits. We are in biomechanical suits. Our spirit is the real life. Because as soon as this biomechanical suit dies and goes out, the spirit that's living inside here goes right back to the Father. And then everybody up there, yo, how was the trip? Oh, yeah, y'all niggas glad y'all didn't go there. Word, yo, what was it like? What was it like? Oh, my Lord. Yo, there's this nigga. There's this nigga down there named, they named him Obama. And he made a whole nation full of faggots. a whole nation. Y'all don't want none of that. Don't go there. Y'all better be glad y'all here right now. That's how them talks are up there. There's a whole nother life, a world that we can't see. But they talk just like us. I'm telling you. They don't look like us because they're, like I said, this is only a biomechanical suit. When we come into the moment of a twinkling of an eye, wait, just wait. Just wait. That's what I'm waiting for. I don't care about all this because I know what comes in the end and I know it's true. All right, let's continue. Verse 63. And upon those also that turn to his law. He letting us know those that keep the commandments, those that pay attention and turn to the Most High's laws, those will be the people that's going to live forever. The star people, as they used to call them and stuff like that before. We've had so many different names on this planet that we have no idea who we are. And again, I'm talking about, I don't care. If y'all think I'm bouncing all over the place, or well, bounce along with me or die. Let me tell you something. They called us certain things all over this planet. They had so many different names for us. Gods, star people, all these different things. But we don't know that. We don't know that because God told us that he was going to remove us from our heritage. We don't have the understanding of these things. We don't have it. But these other nations know exactly who we are. That's why they look at us in such an enigma. That's why when they look at us like we crazy. We be thinking like they look at us like we strange. And you know why, nigga? Because we are strange to them. And we be ready to fight these niggas. We be ready to fight them like, nigga, what you looking at? What you looking at? And they looking at us like we are an enigma. That's why when we go to Japan and we go to China, them people, they be looking at us like, I can't believe I'm standing in front of you right now. But you see, the people that's over here, the Chinese and the Japanese, and all the people that come over here, they are desensitized to us when they get over here. We are in a land where we don't belong. Our feet are supposed to be walking on the streets of Jerusalem because we are connected with that land, the light of the world. But we are not in a place where our conductor is. We're not there. Our land is Jerusalem. We are foreign. That's why it speaks about this land where it says that we are not supposed to be. That's why the Most High continues to tell us about the land that we are going to return to. This place here is not our land. That's why we are not igniting the way that we should ignite here in America. We don't have the power, but the Father is going to give us that power. He is going to return that back to us. And when he does, will you be ready? That's the question I have for you. Will you be ready? Will you be ready? Are you going to be in position when it is time to conduct? Remember, we are all conductors. Y'all got to understand that, or at least we are supposed to be. When you catch on fire, is your flame going to be so strong that's going to catch everything else on fire too? Because remember, in the end, we are going to be tearing things up. So you better know, you better ask yourself, is your fire burning, damn it? Is my fire burning to where I can shoot lasers out my eyes? I'm telling you, all of that seems crazy. It all seems superhero-ish, right? Because it's true. Your ass is a superhero. You just don't know it. Starman, Star Woman, you just don't know it yet. Yep. I'm going to use the terms that they use. But I'm going to reference this right back to Psalms chapter 82 and verse 6, when it says that we are gods. You see, I'm not afraid to say that. There are people that will say that, and they'll be so afraid about what your reaction. I don't give a damn what your reaction is. We are gods. We're not human beings. And once you accept what you are, these laws are so much easier to keep because you will understand that this world can't hold you down. It can't. Once you understand that you are God, you will know that these laws are so much more easier to keep because you are not defined and you are not bound by the chains of this world. And once y'all start to understand that, that's when you'll get it. God has been telling us This world can't hold us down. It can't hold you down. You are a God. You are better. You are something out of this world, but you will never believe it because you believe these Edomites have made your brain so it's like peas, so minuscule. That is why it was such a campaign to make you feel so small, so small. You ever wonder why white people insult us so much? You ever wonder why all the other nations insult us so much? Because we can go right back to when we always speak about they are Confederate against us. The Bible is so accurate that these people call themselves Confederate. They even came up with a Confederate flag, but yet you still won't believe it. Who's the idiot? Me? No, it's not me. Let's continue. Verse 64, and that he is patient and long suffering and long suffereth those that have sinned and his creatures. And his creatures. That just went over so many people's heads. And his creatures. Do you know where the term creature comes from, family? Do you know where that comes from? From Creole or créature. You know what it means? It's a French word. Creature comes from creation. And then when you get down to the Latin right there, it means Creole. You know what it means? It means to build. You were built with the hand of God. You were Israelite, set apart from everybody else on the planet. I told y'all this was going to be deep. I told you this was going to be deep. You were built with the hand of God. And yet you limit yourself to earth's bounds and limitations. I talk shit because I know who I am. And nobody can tell me any different. I know that I don't have any limits. I know that I have to live within the bounds of earth, but I also know that I have a God in heaven. I know that I have a God that hears my voice because I am obedient. I know I have angels that are encamped around me because the Bible says it. I know that I am able to unlock powers that this world never seen before because my God makes it possible. And when I keep his laws, I have his power. I have access, and so do you. All you have to do is pray. The Father said, all you got to do is pray and he'll give you the things that you want that's on your heart. And when you're obedient, that's a power. You know what? Let me explain this here to you. I'm going to say this out loud. I'm going to put this into the atmosphere for every king, queen, prince, and princess. We are the most dangerous people on this earth. Do you know why? We don't need guns. We don't need anything. We are the most dangerous people on this earth because when we pray, God hears our prayers. And when he hears our prayers, he responds. And when he responds, he shows up. And when he shows up, the world shuts down. You better know who you are, Israelite. You better know who you are. You better know who you are. You better know what you are. This ain't no game. This is not a game. And wait till Sunday. Wait till Sunday. Oh my goodness. Good. Ooh, woo! Wait till Sunday, baby. Wait till Sunday, because we are going to be talking on Sunday, boy. It's that time. It's that time on earth. Yes, there are things being revealed on this planet. Ooh, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I got to save Sunday for Sunday. I got to save Sunday for Sunday. I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but let's continue. Let's continue. Verse 65, and that he is bountiful, for he is ready to give where it needeth. We just talked about that. The Most High is ready to give you your power. He is ready to unleash his power into you. He is ready to give you the access that he has always given us. We just had to access it by being righteous. And here we are. Y'all don't understand what's getting ready to come to this earth. You don't understand that your body is getting ready to change. You don't understand that ass that we are getting ready to kick. You don't understand that we are going to be able to be flying through buildings and all these different things. You don't understand that all of these movies, they were talking about you. You don't understand that the genre of the superhero movies are now coming to an end. You understand why? Because the real superheroes are getting ready to stand up. Y'all better understand what I'm telling y'all. Y'all think it's phony. You think it's a joke until you see these things happening. And then it's going to be niggas like me. All of us crazy niggas. All of us that y'all call us crazy. You call us all these things. But there are people like me that is not afraid to talk about these things. And you know why? Because we know that they're going to happen. And when they do happen, when you do see dragons flying around, when you see giants coming back up out the ground, when you see these monsters coming out of these mountains, the only thing that I'm going to do is go, I'm gonna be like, I told you, nigga. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm like, nigga, I told you. Oh, you scared? How come I'm not? Because I've been waiting for this my whole life. That's why. Let's continue. Verse 66, and that he is of great mercy, for he multiplieth more and more mercies to them that are present and that are past, and also to them which are to come. Everybody included. For if he shall not multiply his mercies, the world would not continue with them that inherit therein. Y'all not ready for that. You see what the Most High just said? He's like, and first and foremost, this world is still here because of my promises. The world is still here because I didn't kill y'all niggas a long time ago. I didn't kill y'all. I didn't kill all y'all Israelites when we was outside of the mount. When Moses was talking to us, when he had to go up into the mountains, and when God could have killed us when we were building the golden calf. But God had mercy on his children. We are those very same people that was right there. The very same ones. The same spirits, different bodies. This is why he's referencing back to Moses. This is why Ezra is sitting there having a conversation with the Most High, because he could very well be Moses. You never know. We all do come back. We don't know who we are, but we will in the end. We'll know exactly who we are. Verse 68, and he pardoneth, for if he did not so, of his goodness, that they which have committed iniquities might be eased of them, the 10,000 part of men should not remain living. He let you know, like, yo, I could have killed all them niggas a long time ago, but I didn't. I could have killed you, but you're still here. Verse 69, and being judge, if he should not forgive them that are cured with his word. Y'all understand that? Let me read that one more time. Let me make sure that punched y'all in y'all stomach. And being judge, if he should not forgive them that are cured with his word, and put out the multitude of contentions, there should be very few left, peradventure in an innumerable multitude. The Most High made it clear. He's like, first of all, I could have killed y'all niggas a long time ago, but I didn't, because I love y'all. I love my children. I love my babies. I love y'all. But y'all act up too much. And I could have taken y'all out a long time ago. But I am merciful. You being alive, sitting here talking to me right now, nigga, is showing my mercy. Because you could have been dead. You want to know something else? Each and every last one of you listening to this message right now, your black ass, Hispanic ass, and Native American ass could be dead. But you're not. You know why? Because the Most High had mercy on you. Do you also know why? Because there was a time in the beginning when the Most High said that I'm going to choose these right here. Oh, they're going to live forever. And then there's going to be these over here that I got to make examples out of. Got here. But them, you right here. That's the side you want to be on. You get it? I got to make stupid faces like that so y'all can always remember that. Because if I was to ever see some of y'all in person, all I'm going to do is, and you'll know what he's talking about. Like, oh, yeah, he's an idiot, but he's telling the truth. It's true, family. And I just want to make sure y'all know who y'all are. I love y'all. Y'all my family. You understand that? I'm going to say that one more time just so that people, if you don't understand, y'all are my family. I love y'all. Some of y'all are older than me. Some of y'all are younger than me. Some of us are the same age. But y'all still my family. And I will talk to you the very same way how I talk to anybody. Because I talk to my brothers like this, just like this. I talk to the elders in my family just like this. Why? Because I'm an elder myself. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no 20, 30-year-old. I understand. I'm still a baby to some of y'all. But let me tell you, I've been through some things. And a lot of y'all see that. And just as much as y'all respect, as I respect you, a lot of y'all respect me too. And I want to thank y'all for that. Thank you. It will always be about respect. Always. Always, always, always. And just know when I'm talking to y'all and I get turned up and stuff like that, y'all better know. I do because I love you. Y'all better know that I talk to y'all and I am the way that I am with some of you or whatever because it's because I love you. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't give a damn about you. I'm like, okay, well, nigga, go do whatever you do. But nah, I take my time. I spend my time with you because I want you to make the kingdom. It's important to me. But if your black ass, Hispanic or Native American ass dope, nigga, that's on you. The only thing that I can say is like, I tried. Your blood is not on my hands. And y'all better start knowing who y'all are too. I'm getting sick and tired of people not knowing the greatest people in the world, and we don't know who we are and all this information, everything coming out. Y'all better stop that nonsense. You better take your ass in the mirror and go smile and stop being stupid. What you waking up with attitude for? Your black ass woke up and you got an attitude. Shut up. For real. Shut up. And tell God thank you. Do something different today. Tell God thank you. When you wake up tomorrow, the first thing you do, when you wipe that crust away from your eyes, you look at the Father and say, Father, thank you.